Bruce's Big Call Dinar Intel Thursday night July 31, 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Transcribed by Wiser, now emailed to recaps. Welcome everybody to the big call tonight. It is Thursday, July 31st, the last day in July. And we're happy that you've joined us. Welcome and thank you for joining us here on the big call tonight. Alright, let's get into the intel portion of our call tonight. Alright, here's what we've got to do. I want to clarify a couple of things that I might have said quickly. That I want to slow down and go back over so everybody understands. We understood that there was, and may still be, a rate on the dinar at banks. And I've heard what it is. I haven't seen 10, but I've seen a little over 9 at the bank. Now we also heard that we know that there is a contract rate at the redemption centers that is not available at the banks. And never will be. The redemption centers had the deal that President Trump put in place so that dinar holders could get a very high value. And I mentioned that it was approximately 9 times higher than the bank rate that was out there as of Tuesday. That was around 10, and I said this rate that we know, and it was a little bit over 9 times that rate at the redemption center. Now, you guys know I'm not really supposed to talk much about rates, and I don't usually do it in this case. I wanted to clarify the reason to use the toll-free number when we get it and call to set up your appointment for the redemption center, even if all you have is dinar. I mean, you could have dinar, you could have dong, you might have zim, you might have rupiah, you might have Afghani, you might have bolivar, which is Venezuelan bolivar, named after Simón Bolívar, I think. And I just think, you're going to be so much better off with the rates. And I know right now we've got the Forex not showing the dinar as of today. Now, today is Thursday. We're hearing it's supposed to adjust on Sunday, when the Forex reopens again after being closed for 48 hours due to several accounts. So in other words, tomorrow, at about 5. The Forex shuts down for 48 hours, comes back up Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's been the way it's happened for a long time, many years. So it's a way for them to settle accounts during that time. But we are understanding from our sources, that we're going to have a new rate on the dinar after the Forex reopen, Sunday evening. Okay, good. I said we want that. We probably won't know about it until Monday, and would be reflected at banks. TJJ would have a rate and redemption centers would have a rate. Just a normal front screen rate. So I don't really consider myself too much with the front screen rate at the redemption center. I know I've got a contract that they're going to offer to me, and if they don't offer it to me, I can politely ask them for it. And they're supposed to give it to us, even if we're ZIM holders, okay? And I know where those in a dwarf the dinar, unless you got semi-trailer full, okay? And it will do that absolutely. But here's the thing, Trump wants you to get the most that you can for your currency. Now let's talk about something about currencies. Or let's talk about President Trump for a second. Today, he instituted again national fitness test to come back into play in schools. And I don't remember ever having taken that when I was in elementary, junior high or high school, but it was probably a thing. But somehow we didn't do it. I knew I could get at least 14 pull-ups and I could climb the rope. I can run a 50-yard dash. That's part of it. What else? Probably got a number of different a-mile run. We did. I remember doing all that, thought it was part of PE. I did not get a certificate, or a participation ribbon, or participating in it. He is reinstituting that. That's fantastic. We need that physically strong, physically fit again. I mean, Sue is the most fit person I know, and I'm going to catch up to her. I got a long way to go, but I'll catch up for I think maybe I'll never catch, but I'm going to have fun trying. And this is a thing she plays. I play, other people I know play, and so it's going to be really good. That's a great sport, by the way. It takes a while to master, but once you get there, it's excellent. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm really excited he has put that back in play. Very smart and goes along really well with the nutrition and with proper diet, exercise and sleep. All of that super important is to create a healthy lifestyle. So beyond that, I wanted to talk about what else might have been said that wasn't really properly understood, but it wasn't, I can't think of it right now. Sue, if you're listening and you can think of the other thing that I might have glossed over unless I get a revelation of it. I'm not sure what it was. But there was something Sue and I talked about earlier today that maybe I should regress. I can't quite think of it, so let's go to this way in the meantime. You guys know that I said I get nervous when we get closer. You know, I said on Tuesday, we were looking to get notified today or tomorrow. I believe. And you know, we're right smack against. Here we are on Thursday, the 31st, the last day of July. And you know what? We don't have numbers, but you realize, remember, guys. I said something about a major meeting that was held and had a lot of the key people involved, and the people were going to be they'd be done Tuesday night. That was true, and then we also heard that from the meeting came a timeline that I think we can go with. My goal in getting intel out to you guys is to try to give you the best, most accurate intel that I'm receiving, usually 2, 3 or more sources. And some of it agrees, and some of it disagrees slightly, but I think we're pretty much on the same page now, because we do have contacts that are working with Treasury. And look at the Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, or Bessent, as I like to call him, Scott Bessent. And they determined that we're getting started. Everybody talked about the first meeting tomorrow, Friday. We're supposed to get notifications sometime between tomorrow and Monday morning, with exchanges beginning Monday afternoon. Now, Monday is the 4th of August. Tomorrow is the 1st, so we could get notified. My gut is saying tomorrow, but I think it will be over the weekend, and it might not be until Sunday night or Monday morning. So don't despair if you don't get a notification by then. But I'm told that we should start exchanges Monday afternoon. Other words, we get the number, we call the call center to set up our appointment starting Monday afternoon, and then go through Monday, Tuesday, whatever day that you time slot, go ahead and get your exchange. Okay, that's what we've heard today, from more than 1 or 2 sources appear to be on the money. A day more than 1 or 2, so they appear to be on the money. The other thing is that's really important for us. That President Trump talked about yesterday and today was the possibility of a tariff rebate. Now previously I referred to this as a Doge check. The president has rittermed it. Tariff rebate check. Tariff rebate check. Now, my understanding, and it may still hold up, people on Social Security in the age group of 62 and above. Some people are as early as 62 taking a Social Security benefits early. So from 62 and above. If you're on Social Security now, you will get, my understanding is you'll be getting this tariff rebate check, quote, unquote, as a direct deposit into your bank account where you receive your social. Okay. So let's see how that happens, and that is supposed to start tomorrow, the 1st, Saturday, the 2nd, and Sunday the 3rd. And it's based on age, the oldest at first. It might also be alphabetical in terms of the first last letter of your the first letter of your last name. The early of the alphabet, or middle of the alphabet, or end of the alphabet, but we're going to see that. I mean, that could change, that it's fluid, and it may have to do with the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Which I don't know how that's going to enter in. But point is, they're planning to put those out as direct deposits, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Now, in addition to that, let's say you're 60 or whatever, and you're not on Social Security yet, or you're 50 or 55 and you're not on social. What are they going to do for you? And we're going to start at the ripe young age of 28 to 28-year-olds and above are supposed to be able to receive this tariff rebate check in a certified letter that is delivered to you where you reside. And you'll get this and have to prove up with total ID who you are and that you're a US citizen. These are not for non-citizens. These are for US citizens. Okay, so that's going to go out also, starting tomorrow, by certified check, certified mail, where you sign for it. But you gotta pony up ID to show that you're a citizen and that you live at that address before you get the envelope with the check. It should be US Treasury checks, and they've already been printed. They've already got it ready to go, and so that's going to theoretically start tomorrow. Now the fact that the President Trump said he might, or they might put out these. That's a pretty good indicator they're gone. We've got it going. It's coming out. I've heard from several sources that it's supposed to start tomorrow, and it's supposed to on Sunday. I don't know. They may deliver on Sunday for all I know, but we'll see. We'll see, but that's going to be exciting. And these are checks, some of which the larger ones for the older folks are substantial. And they're really supposed to be really something. And maybe 28 to 30-year-olds might not be that high, but everybody's gonna enjoy that. Alright, that's your Doge, called, those really now known as tariff rebate checks. And in the case of Social Security recipients that are currently on Social Security tariff rebate, direct deposits, is what I'm hearing. But we'll see how they come out. Alright, let's see what else see. What did you ever get in? Okay. Not quite sure what the other point I wanted to remake. I can't bring it up right this minute. I wanted you guys to realize the benefit of using the redemption center. Now, I know this much, we heard this today. They are waiting to get the value or the rate on the Dawn up another $1, or $1.25 for where it is now. That's something we can look forward to. Should be a really good deal. It should be great, and I think we're going to be pretty happy with the rates that we see at the redemption centers. Obviously, the ZIM is still hanging in there, 1 for 1, with our USN, and I think that's going to be great. You know, if you're a ZIM holder, you're going to be in good shape. Med beds. I told you guys before, each person that goes into the med bed has the ability to list 6 people on a list to give to them. And when you go into the med bed for your appointment, you can have 6 people that you can refer with name and phone number should get it done. I don't think you have to go into conditions, but if it's really dire, you might want to let them know. Hey, this guy that's got this going on. And it's a very dire sequence circumstance, we want to make sure he gets in there right away, and I'm going to do that when I go in. So I'm looking forward to that, trying to think if there's anything else needed to be said. Guys, I think we're looking very good. But we are looking good starting for exchanges to begin, from my understanding, the afternoon of Monday the 4th of August. Monday the 4th, tomorrow's the 1st, and we know we're going to start looking for those rebate checks in the certified mail. And we're also going to be looking for those direct deposits if you're on Social Security now through the weekend. Alright, anything else? Let's see, nothing else that I can think of right now that's pertinent to us. So remember, we are going to post the toll-free number when we get it on our website, bigcalluniverse.com, and if you want to register your email, please do so. Alright, well, that's what I had to say tonight. Will we have another call Tuesday? I think we will, but it'd probably be a celebration call. I hope so. I really do hope it is, but let's see what happens over the weekend. We've got a lot going on with these tariff rebate checks going out, and the direct deposit went on. And you know, we should get our notifications for Wells Fargo over the weekend or by Monday morning, is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting. And we'll see if that happens for better appointments. And off we go, and that beds to follow shortly. They're dire need those 2 things if you're up at the top priority wise. Alright, let's do this, you guys. Let's pray the call out, and then we'll turn off the recording. Thank you guys, Big Call Universe, for listening. We really appreciate you. God bless you. Let's pray out this call. Well, I'm going to shut her down, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday at this point. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. God bless you. Listen to the full version on the official DinarReport.com blog and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: DinarRecaps.com.